Hi guys, Home Secretary Suella Braverman is under pressure, not so much for receiving a fine as right-wing media and her supporters will try to convince you of, but it seems her use of her position within the Home Office to seek advice on how to avoid the public embarrassment of the consequences of that fine. Here she spoke to the media and avoided answering the question of whether she wrongly sought the help of civil servants to resolve a private matter, which of course would be a breach of the Ministerial Code, and this would be her second time doing so in the space of 12 months. Have a listen.
In relation to the process, I'm focused on delivering for the British people, do my job as Home Secretary. What I will say is that, in my view, I'm confident that nothing untoward has happened.
Would you welcome an investigation into this? Have you spoken to the Prime Minister? Would you welcome one?
As I said, I'm focused on working as Home Secretary.
No, I don't want an investigation, because an investigation would probably show that I have breached the Ministerial Code, again, in the space of 12 months. You know, the fact that she had to leave office when she was a member of Liz Truss's government for breaching the Ministerial Code, and then she was rehired under Rishi Sunak's administration, and now risks to be fired once again, or have to leave office once again, because she's breaching the Ministerial Code. Like, what does this say about Rishi Sunak's vetting process? Well, he doesn't have a vetting process because he knew she broke the Ministerial Code and he hired her back again. It's not like she slipped through the net. He didn't know. Everyone knew she did. But it sounds her response is very Boris Johnson-esque. I didn't know, nothing untoward happened here. Like Boris Johnson was saying when it came to the investigation into breaching the lockdown rules. It wasn't a party. It was a work event. I didn't know it was not a work. I didn't know it was a party. We followed the rules. I didn't know if we were following the rules or not. It's all, the more you question them, the further back they go into this sort of cocoon of deflection.
That's why I'm here. I've met with victims today. I'm making a big announcement today. I'd appreciate the focus on an announcement which is standing up for victims.
Why did you give an interview if you didn't want people asking you questions? Like, she's been asked questions about a potential breach of the Ministerial Code, and she said, I don't want to be asked these questions. Ask me about the event I'm attending here today instead.
And survivors, in relation to the speeding ticket and my fine and points, I'm very confident nothing.
Just very finally on this, Prime Minister, but this is really important because you've broken rules before. You've had a resign for breaking the Ministerial Code. You've admitted now to breaking or having a speeding fine. You've accused of breaking the code for a second time. How good a look is it for a senior politician, one of the most senior politicians of the country, to be viewed as a constant rule breaker?
I got a speeding ticket, I paid the fine, I took the points. In my view, nothing untoward has happened. Thank you.
The problem here is not the fine. The problem is her allegedly using her position to avoid the embarrassment of the fine, the consequence of that fine. This is the problem. Her having a private issue and using, allegedly, of course, I have to be careful what I say here, but allegedly using advice, putting pressure on civil servants to provide advice to her as their boss to resolve a private matter. She either broke the if this happened, then she either broke the Ministerial Code because she doesn't care or because she's ignorant of it. In either situation, in either scenario, she has to resign. Because if you don't know how to do your job, you have to resign. If you break the rules and you don't care, then you have to resign. We've been here before. She has to resign. Now, will she resign? Probably not. So it falls on Rishi Sunak to fire her. Will Rishi Sunak fire her? Probably not. I hope he will, but he probably won't, because he's under pressure within the party to hold on to her. She's extremely popular with members of the party, not so much with MPs, but with members of the party. And if you were to fire her over this, it would start a whole snowball effect against him. He got rid of her because she was a threat to him. He got rid of her over nothing. He got rid of her over a fine. In the same way you had these headbangers saying that Boris Johnson was kicked out of number 10 because he ate a piece of cake. So this could become a massive headache for Rishi Sunak, but this is his own doing. Why the heck did he hire her in the first place? She's damaged goods. She breached the Ministerial Code before. She resigned or was fired over it. And then he hired her back in the space of a few days. He has to take responsibility for this. And if he can't, he should resign. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.